Alright, hello guys, and today we're here with the Eternal Valkyrie Alpha. So I'm gonna skip video. As you can see, I already went ahead and do it. So yeah, let's delve into the kit as you can see right there on the profile. Now, look at your skills. At this beautiful art here with the birds around it, the doves and stuff. Overall, it makes Alpha look like the angel she really is. We have her ultimate, Holy Vengeance. Cancels buff effects onto the enemy, which I find is pretty underrated in a way, not gonna lie. Like buff effects, like enemies are starting to get buff effects to themselves and can inflict debuffs on their characters, so buff effects can be pretty cool. And also deals 3 hit damage, and when you awaken it, you get extra hit. So yeah, it's all buff effects, which is like attack, defense, etc. etc. Which is honestly pretty good if you think about it. Then we get Display of the New Moon as our skill 1. So it inflicts weakness on single enemy for 10 seconds. This is pretty solid. And then, instead of all enemies, it's just a single enemy this time. As you can see right here, what weakness does, it inflicts additional damage based on its user attack and attacking main for duration of attack. Which pretty much means that when Alpha uses this skill, all your units are able to do like 2 hit damage, but the second hit is weaker than the original one. It's like with this practically like buffs this up to like a 6 hit attack. So like yeah, this would be like a 6 hit attack for like 10 seconds. And practically the same thing for like this too. It also turns like a 6 hit or 8 hit attack depending on the awakening. So yeah, pretty good with the weakness and the ultimate canceling buffs. And then after skill 2, Fast Tomorrow. It raises attack and speed of our eyes, and then raises her own attack and speed. So she's giving the buff for our eyes, and then buffing her own self as well to make sure that not only that her eyes is hard, but she can also get her holy vengeance on the enemy. And then we have her skill here, which is practically like the copy paste of the Christmas Epsilon. It's not really in game right now, so I can't show it. Yeah, it's practically copy paste, which is pretty good. And when you awaken, you get some more damage inflicted and reduce damage received for all enemies. More buffs here as well. And just normal stuff here. And then we move to right here, which cancels status ailment and debuff on all allies. And just like the cancel buff effects here, this status ailment and debuff removal is overall pretty underrated, really. Since now bosses are actually starting, since as I said before, bosses are starting to inflict the debuffs and sometimes even status ailments onto their characters. So you like need a character to take it off of them so that you can get a damage boost. And this alpha can do just that while giving you damage inflicted buffs, attack and speed buffs, also inflicts weakness on the enemy, and cancels enemy buff effects. Which means that Alpha is doing a lot for the team, which is honestly pretty good, really. So you're pretty much safe, but you're not immune to anything. But you can always just come in clutch, have your units just like wake up back from battle if they're stunned or so. If they're sealed, they can use their ultimate and their skills again, and all that stuff. The practically it just feels like getting a curse removed off you. That's what this Holy Angel Alpha is all about. Another awakenings. This one is cool, I guess. Just a little bit of damage buff. And then there's a 2 Path to Tomorrow. You get more buffs here as well. And for a longer duration as well, which is honestly pretty good. Overall, I feel like I'm seeing where this skill right here is being underrated. But it's honestly pretty good, really. Even for a single hit target, it still is pretty good. However, A3, this is pretty good as well. It's practically the copy paste of Christmas Epsilon, but with a DPS version, which is why we get the raises damage received for all enemies instead of the SP boost rate that Epsilon has. Epsilon has the SP boost rate because she's a healer. A for the magic year slot, and A5 is where you get the extra hit on an ultimate right here. It's a good thing that he cancels all buff effects on single enemy, and it overall goes ahead to do 3 hit damage. Now I personally, as you can see if I went and summoned for her, and I pulled her, and overall, she really does feel like she's bringing my team to life. Especially, and overall, from what I've seen, that if you compare her with this Apocrypha beta, they'll work even better together. I'll make another video on this summoner skip banner. But yeah, this beta and this alpha work together. This beta likes to give crit rate. Meanwhile, this alpha can do the rest of the stuff needed. She deals more damage, more buffs, and overall. Overrating, we get from this beta is the crit rate now. As well as the current event, she's getting buffed by the current event. Her So her damage will be buffed, which is important if you want to get to like one shot or do high damage versus the event boss that's going ongoing right now. I like saying you'll need this alpha since she has buffed the damage, as well as she supporting all your allies and cancelling buff effects and debuffs and all those stuff. Overall, pretty good, and she's even been like reviving my old SF alpha like the first member SF Alpha, like the first Alpha festival, this Alpha is also like making her do some cook damage really. It's like she's coming back to life thanks to this Alpha. So in the same way, this Alpha too can help to like revive your units and stuff. And yeah, if you like won't have her max A5, even like A1 is usable. A2 is pretty good. And A3 as well. I think you can just stop here if you want. Overall, definitely worth summoning for. I mean, it's alpha anyway, so yeah. That's pretty much about it for this video. And I'll see y'all later.